What's up folks, it's me Zach. Today I want to show you a game that I kept playing again and again when I was a kid, just because I didn't have anything else installed on my PC. When internet was restricted only to military and higher species, which modes are still not available to us, or handed out to chosen people in a form of prepaid cards. I want to talk about Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
You play as Leon Scott Kennedy, protagonist of Resident Evil 2, who after surviving the outbreak in Raccoon City was hired by US Strategic Command, organization specialized in combating bioorganic weapons. With that in mind, you're being sent into the isolated rural community somewhere in Spain to find and bring back the US President's daughter, as that is definitely a case of bioterrorism. Right from the first minutes the game lets you know what it's going to be about. Resident Evil 4 is a final transition of the game series from a horror into full action, with Leon constantly breaking the laws of gravity and having over-exaggerated reactions.
Mike!
And everything that is left of the horror genre is rare jump scares that are more irritating than scary. You may argue that Resident Evil lost its horror part with the third game, but there were some genuinely scary moments, and the overall atmosphere was on point. This just doesn't do it for me. Look at this motherfucker. When I was a kid, I dead seriously vomited because of how frightening he looked. And that's no joke. But to be honest, this game is secretly a Japanese anti-drug advertisement. First of all, you arrive into a village full of junkies. They attack you in an attempt of robbing you of all your belongings to buy so much needed dope. A bit later, you yourself get injected with an unknown substance, presumably obtained in Afghanistan, which provoked horrendous hallucinations, eventually leaving you longing for more, and forcing you to hunt for fish in order to sell it in exchange for another batch. Spending all your time in crack house, unknowingly you get tuberculosis from one of the hookers, and now you have nothing else but to seek for a cure. But still, the desire is too strong within you, so you keep on selling your mom's jewelry. All your junkie friends, including Jeremy, the steroids guy, Howard, the amphetamine addict, and Harry, the syphilitic overlord, are trying to pull you back into the abyss of self-loathing and drug addiction. But you manage to overcome yourself and face your worst demons in the face of your drug dealer and cure yourself with the help of shock therapy to find yourself a new, reborn man that will devote his life to helping others in their times of struggle. Always remember that cause for drug abuse is boredom, and boredom is the dream bird that hatches the egg of experience. The egg you should never drop, or it will crack. And crack is very, very bad, kids.
And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Please.
Back to our goal, President's daughter. If you played this game, you know how much of a nightmare she was. She dies if accidentally shot. She dies if hit 2 times. She dies from a single explosion. And most importantly, she just won't fucking leave you alone.
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
But she's not that bad. There's a few good things about her. Enemies in this game have awesome AI. But AI was never a main point of the series. In my opinion, it is the grotesque mutants design, exploiting all the depths of body horror. And don't be afraid, this game won't stop throwing new types of enemies at you while you progress further. Let's talk a bit about the gameplay. Aside of the shooting part, that is fairly simple. You just try to shoot enemies while having a Parkinson's disease. And the only thing that can help you with it is spending all your hard-earned money on a stock for your gun. There's an economical part. Unlike previous games where weapons were placed throughout the game, Boris part introduces a trader. You'll be getting all your weapons and upgrades from him, and now they cost money. You can earn some shekels by selling various treasures scattered all over the map, or by killing enemies and taking their shekels. Generally, money are pretty easy to combine in this game, so you shouldn't have any issues with fully upgrading your weapon along the way. The game is filled with quick time events, ranging from just smashing a button or jerking your mouse or gamepad stick with an enormous power to pressing a combination of 2 buttons simultaneously. While they're not that hard, they surely can be irritating, as you can instantly die just by missing it. Most times you will be obstructed from moving forward to your goal. Usually, you need to either finish off a wave of enemies, find and combine a few objects, or solve a puzzle ranging from easy to very easy. While this game is not really short on your first walkthrough and averages from around 15 to 20 hours, the real deal here is a new game plus.
Stranger, stranger. Now that's a weapon.
Unfortunately, it ends pretty quick, but in all seriousness, after you complete a game, you gain access to another 5 to 10 hours of gameplay, starting with a campaign that shows what was happening to Ada during Leon's rampage, and finishing with a new game mode, Mercenaries. The goal in this one is pretty simple. You have to earn as much points as possible by killing enemies during a limited time frame. You're given 5 characters that you can play with, all with a different equipment, and 4 maps that you can play on. If you get highest rank in all of the maps, you will get a pretty neat gun that you can use in the main game. That game makes me feel very nostalgic for times when I spend hours on end sitting in front of a PC, causing irreversible damage to my eyes. Time goes by and nothing really changes. I still spend all of my time looking at various stuff on the internet, and my eyes are not the first priority anymore, but an acute, crippling depression developed over years of loss and working in a corporate environment. The price on Steam still stays fairly high, but nevertheless I recommend you picking up the game, as the time you'll spend playing it is worth every dollar. Or you can always wait for a discount and buy it for a small fraction of the actual price, like I did. That was Zach, thank you for watching, and look out for the new content. See ya!